You ever notice how the people who can't stop talking about Meghan and Harry are the same ones screaming, "We're over them"? Well, welcome to Kinsey Schofield Unfiltered, or should I say, Kinsey Schofield Unhinged, where Meghan and Harry somehow manage to be both irrelevant and her full-time obsession. This week, Kinsey dragged in a marketing strategist named Neiman to break down the fall of the Sussex brand. Cute, because nothing says expert analysis like two media personalities picking apart two people who've chosen peace, purpose and privacy. They say Meghan and Harry went from global goodwill to widespread skepticism. But here's the thing, that skepticism didn't come from the public. It came from the very media that profits from smearing them. So today we're flipping that lazy, recycled narrative. Because the Sussex brand hasn't fallen, it's evolved. And what's really falling apart is the credibility of those still milking their names for clicks. Kinsey and Alex open their little echo chamber by calling the Sussexes' image inconsistent. They whine about overexposure, rebranding and authenticity issues. Let's be real, they're describing the media, not Meghan and Harry. Meghan hasn't said a public word in months. Harry's been laser-focused on Invictus, veterans' mental health and community work. So who's really doing the overexposing? The tabloids, the pundits, and yes, Kinsey herself, whose career practically depends on Meghan's name appearing in her episode titles. The Sussexes don't need to chase relevance. The media does, and the only reason they keep calling it a brand collapse is because Meghan and Harry stopped feeding their outrage machine. Every criticism Kinsey and Alex throw at Meghan and Harry? Projection. They call Meghan inauthentic. She's shown more real emotion, compassion and accountability than the entire royal PR squad combined. They call Harry lost. He's spearheading Invictus, a life-changing platform for wounded veterans, while championing mental health on a global scale. And they claim the public's over Meghan? If that's true, Kinsey, why are you still dedicating full episodes, thumbnails and hashtags to her every move? Because, let's face it, your traffic depends on her existence. So if the public were really over Meghan, your analytics would have flatlined months ago. The truth is, the public isn't tired of Meghan. They're tired of the hypocrisy. They're tired of watching women, especially women of colour, torn down under the guise of media analysis. Then comes the so-called strategy talk. Neiman says the Sussexes need to rebuild trust with silence, strategy and substance. Hate to break it to you, Alex. They're already doing that. They are silent, choosing grace over gossip. They do have strategy, from Archwell's tangible impact to Invictus's steady global growth. And they have substance, humanitarian projects, children's hospitals, community rebuilding, mental health work. Meanwhile, Kinsey's substance is, well, gossip dressed in business terms. She's trying to sound like she's in a Harvard case study when she's really hosting a glorified tabloid podcast. Here's the irony. The Sussexes don't need to fix their brand. It's the commentators who need to fix their addiction to monetizing Meghan's piece. Now, here's where it gets funny, and frankly, infuriating. When Prince William and Kate disappear for weeks, the media calls it dignified privacy. When Meghan and Harry do the same thing, it's brand confusion or a PR crisis. When William partners with corporations, he's called visionary. When Meghan builds a lifestyle brand promoting kindness, craftsmanship and sustainability, she's mocked for selling jam. Do you see the pattern? It's not journalism, it's control. They can't handle the fact that Meghan, a biracial American woman, refused to play the British press's game, and Harry had the courage to walk away with her. That's what they're really angry about. Not a brand problem, a freedom problem. So let's check some receipts. The Sussexes have a thriving non-profit, Archie Well, with global impact. Netflix projects that focus on empathy, resilience and change. Harry's Invictus Games, a worldwide force for healing. Meghan's growing lifestyle venture rooted in authenticity, not PR stunts. Meanwhile, Kinsey's career momentum is built entirely on, you guessed it, talking about Meghan and Harry. Every headline, every clip, every hot take proves it. If the Sussex brand really fell, explain why they still dominate headlines across continents. Because you don't build obsession around irrelevance. You build it around influence. So here's the real story. The Sussexes didn't lose public trust. They lost tabloid access. And that's what stings. Kinsey, your so-called analysis isn't insight, it's insecurity. It's a desperate attempt to stay relevant by dissecting two people who've long outgrown the circus. The Sussexes didn't fall. They evolved from media targets into global changemakers. And the only brand collapsing right now is the one built on tearing them down. This is Adrian, and you've been watching Meghan and Harry Tales. If you're done with bias breakdowns and want truth with a spine, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video. Because while others profit off hate, we're here to spotlight heart, truth, and humanity. See you next time, and remember, integrity always outlasts noise.